AITA for exposing my ex's cheating to his new girlfriend after his family tried to sue me for $50,000 when I got pregnant with someone else. I spent 3 years married to someone who made me feel broken. Every month when my period came, he'd give me this look. Like I was defective. Like I was doing it on purpose. We tried everything. Tracking, tests, diets, supplements. I went to specialist after specialist while he sat in waiting rooms scrolling his phone. The doctors kept saying I was fine. Healthy. No issues. But he refused to get tested himself. Said it was insulting. Said real men don't have those problems. So it had to be me, right? Year 3, he started staying late at work. Coming home smelling like perfume. When I asked about it, he'd explode. Tell me I was paranoid. That my obsession with getting pregnant was making me crazy. That maybe if I wasn't so stressed and accusatory, my body would work properly. I found the texts on a random Tuesday. His co-worker, sending photos I'm not going to describe here. Messages going back 8 months. When I confronted him, he didn't even deny it. He said, "What did you expect? You can't give me what I need. A real woman would have given me a family by now." He moved out that week. Filed for divorce citing irreconcilable differences. His mom called me crying, not about the affair, but about how I'd failed her son. How she'd never be a grandmother because of my problems. His dad actually said to my face that their family line was ending because I was selfish enough to marry his son knowing I was broken. The divorce was brutal. He wanted me to pay him alimony because leaving me had caused him emotional distress. His lawyer argued that my infertility had damaged his mental health and future prospects. The judge laughed them out of court, but it still cost me thousands in legal fees. I moved across town. Started therapy. Slowly put myself back together. About a year later, I met someone at a friend's barbecue. He was kind. Patient. Didn't treat me like an incubator with legs. We took things slow. 6 months into dating, I missed my period. I didn't want to hope. Couldn't handle another disappointment. But the test was positive. Then another. Then another. My doctor confirmed it at 8 weeks. I was pregnant. Everything was healthy and progressing normally. My boyfriend cried when I told him. Happy tears. He kept saying, "We're going to be parents," like it was the most amazing thing in the world. Not, "You're finally working right," or, "About time." Just pure joy. I didn't tell anyone from my old life. But my ex found out somehow. Mutual friends, probably. He showed up at my apartment 2 months later, pounding on the door at 10 p.m. "You lied to me," he screamed through the door. "You got pregnant the second you left me. You could have had kids the whole time, you just didn't want them with me." I called the cops. They removed him. I got a restraining order. Then his family got involved. His mom started a Facebook campaign about how I'd deceived their son. Posted old photos of us, claiming I'd gotten pregnant through an affair during our marriage and that's why I left. Complete fiction, but her friends ate it up. Hundreds of comments calling me awful things. His dad was worse. He hired a lawyer and sent me a letter demanding $50,000. His argument? Their son had paid for my half of the fertility treatments. Now that I was pregnant, I had to reimburse them because I'd clearly been lying about my infertility to cover up an affair or to trap a new man. The letter said they'd sue for emotional damages, fraud, and breach of marriage contract. I laughed. Then I got angry. Then I got my lawyer. My lawyer sent back a beautiful response. It included my complete medical records showing I'd never had fertility issues. It also included a letter from my ex's doctor, which I'd subpoenaed during the divorce, showing he'd been tested 3 years ago and had severe male factor infertility. Basically sterile. The test he'd refused to tell me about. The test his parents apparently knew about because they'd paid for it. They'd all known. The whole time they'd let me think I was broken, they'd known it was him. My lawyer's letter concluded that if they proceeded with any lawsuit or continued their harassment, we'd countersue for defamation, emotional distress, and we'd make his medical records public in court. We'd also file for intentional infliction of emotional distress based on their 3-year cover-up. The Facebook posts disappeared within hours. No lawsuit was filed. But his mom sent me one final text: "You destroyed my son's life. He could have adopted if you'd just been honest about trapping someone else. You're cruel." I blocked her. Blocked all of them. My daughter is 3 months old now. She's perfect. My boyfriend is an amazing father. We're happy. But I got a message last week from my ex's new girlfriend. She said they've been trying for a year and he's blaming her for not getting pregnant. He still hasn't told her about his infertility. She found my info through mutual friends and wanted to know if I'd had problems too. I sent her the court documents. Everything. I don't know what she'll do with them, but she deserves to know the truth before she wastes years of her life like I did. His family still sends Christmas cards to my old address. My mom forwards them. They're always signed from the family that never got to meet their grandchild because of lies. Am I wrong for exposing everything to his new girlfriend, or should I have stayed out of it and let him keep lying?